Well, hello there, it is Antoine from Ticos Minis and we are going to see what happened at the studio during the week. So, starting with the Warhound Titans, if you remember from past week. Here they are in a box and they are almost completed. I'm only missing one of the back armor plate and the weapons. Everything else is in there. So this is a box of 2 Warhound Titans. So for these two guys, it's a mix of FDM and resin printing. For the structure of the Titan, I did that in FDM because considering it will be entirely covered with armor panels, the detailing is not too important for that. Whereas for the said armor panels, considering it is the smaller Titan, the files could fit in my small printer. So I went with resin in order to get the best quality possible. So yeah, here we have 2 Warhounds. Moving on, we are going to go on a little table over there because there is something else I did in resin. It is what's the next step of the Mordor army. So let's go check this out. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is the next step of the Mordor army. So plenty of trolls. With here one of the old metal ones from Games Workshop, and all of the others are printed. And as a little bonus, here is the entire army that evolved quite a bit since last time you saw it. Okay, so now that we saw all the Mordor trolls, we can finally move on to the painting. And there is something very cool considering I finally finished the Space Wolves army. So let's go check it out. So for the painting, we are jumping straight in with the most important thing. So here is the Space Wolves army entirely completed, as I mentioned. So what I did during this week, the bikes, all of their weapons have been magnetized and are now painted. The tanks are, they were black, now they are completely painted, with all the weapons magnetized too. Leman Russ got these 2 pet wolves. The dreadnoughts are now completed too. And here I've got the squad of Death Sworn. So I'm going to show you all of that in close-ups. So for the close-ups, we are starting with the Orcs of Morannon. So this week I managed to complete 4 more companies, and here this little blob are 2 more companies that are about halfway completed. So this is a nice opportunity to show you. Let's take for example, which would be a good one, this one, and this one looks quite right. So this is, as you can guess, I assume, and I hope, the completed one, and this is the work in progress. So this one got all of these base coats and a massive black wash on all over the model, while this one, after that, all of the armor plates have been rusted out and then highlighted. The shield has been highlighted too, same for the fur, and then based. So here you have the difference between work in progress and completed. So that's it for the Morannon Orcs. So after the Orcs, we are moving on to the Space Wolves, and we've got literal wolves this time. So we've got the two Lehman Russ companions. So here we've got white one and brown black one. Next we've got this squad of death swarms. This is the very last squad I completed for the army. So now we can move on to the tanks. So I've got two rhinos, because I absolutely adore these little things. It's just a tiny box with wheels. I love it. Yep. With here some runes on the door. Same on the side. A lot of little streaking, because I think it looks cool. Here we've got a little wolf on the front, and there is a second one that is a little bit different, considering I did this in black and this in bronze. But same, we've got some runes over there and on the doors. Oh, come on. Then we've got my very first Spartan. I've painted a few of these, but this is the first one that is staying in my collection. There. And finally we've got the puncher of the army, the Kratos. Here. So regarding said Kratos, here I magnetized all of the equipment. The little torrent I can swap out, I can swap them out too, but well, let me try. No, I need my two hands and to be comfortable to do that, so I won't do it right now. But yeah, I can change them too. So that's it for the tanks. And one little thing to finish with. So I mentioned the Kratos being entirely magnetized. So here are all of the weapons options. And below that are all of the dreadnoughts and motorbike, jet bikes options. So yeah, that's it for this army. Alright, so that's it for the week. The Warhounds Titan are almost completed, and the Space Wolves army in itself is done. So this is a little adventure that's finished, done, it's behind us now. And they will be able to join this legion here in the display cabinet, considering I've got all shelf level room only for them. So next week you might see some Space Wolves over here. So yeah, that's it for this week. Next week we are going back to commission because, well, that's my job, so I need to work, considering I spent far too much time on the Space Wolves. I hope the Warhounds will be built, maybe, we'll see. which means I will jump onto the printing of the second River Titan. So we have that to look forward to. So thank you for coming to a new episode. Have a great weekend and see you next week. Ticos out. Bye bye.